Hey guys, and welcome to this week's EVlog, in which I'm going to try not moaning for once. I know that may sound like a strange thing to say, but I've realised a lot of these vlogs are actually a source of negativity, and this isn't something I realised myself, it needed to be pointed out to me. And I could try and defend myself and go along with the whole people don't like good news thing, like on the newspapers, the front page every day as always. There's been people killed or murdered, or there's been this huge terrible event. And that's what sells. People like misery and terrible things. But at the same time, in your everyday life, you don't want that. And I don't want to be a source of negativity by any means. Like, it's one of those things where I guess it comes down to confirmation bias. You talk about the bad things in your life, but that doesn't mean the good things don't exist. It's like, there's many other things that happens with attendance. If you don't go to a couple of things, and people are like, oh, you're never here, because they don't remember the times you are there more often than not. And it's not because you don't have an impact, it's because they're remembering the negative moments, because at the end of the day, as much as people hate to admit it, positivity and things going well, that's the norm. That's what people live with. They live with normality, where things are going as intended, as they should. And therefore, that's boring, people don't want to hear it. But I think, sorry, I'm looking at myself more than I should in this one. I think it's something a lot of people do. Some people do it without realising, some people do it for attention-seeking purposes, and that gives people like me a bad name. People who do it without realising. I'm a person who does it without realising, and there are people who do it for attention, and that is terrible. Like, I can understand people do like attention, people like people realising they're being cared about. People, like, person A, he's having a problem. So, unless person B realises person A is having a problem, person A will think person B doesn't care about person A. So person A will shout about said problem, so that person B, C, D and E hear about person A, and therefore anyone who isn't person B thinks, oh, they're attention seeking. And it's a horrible cycle. But it happens, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. I will admit I'm doing this vlog without much planning, I guess. But I did want to address this. I wanted to talk about the negativity, and I wanted to say that it's a bad thing. And I keep looking at myself. What is this? I never normally do this, I swear. I think it's one of those things in life where you need to look at yourself and say, am I being too negative around people? Am I causing them to feel negativity by expressing my own negativity? And if I am expressing negativity, am I doing it for the wrong reasons, or am I doing it for the right reasons? And I think like that's self-reflection in its form, and it's one of the most basic ones someone can master before self-improvement, I guess. I'm not saying as a person you need to be improved, but it's something we work towards every day. We work towards bettering ourselves and making ourselves a better person by the end of the day. And how you act around others is a big core element of that. If you're acting positive, if you put on a smile, even if it's someone you pass by on the street, then they will feel, even if it's a tiny bit happier, it will happen and it will work. It's such a effective thing, and people don't realise how effective it is. But I think the purpose of this video is just to say, if you're doing that, stop. Because I'm going to try to stop. I'm going to try and do it to help you feel more positive. And I think it has a lot more impact than people realise. So I want to kind of try and put a spotlight on it. So thanks a lot to my special friend. I'm going to try and make you cringe for pointing that out. And I will try and make these more positive from now on. So until then, this is me, Evans, was Z11. Please rating if you enjoyed the video. And this is me out. Peace.